Have you had an experience that haunts you years after it happened? An experience that you will not and cannot forget. In this video, I would like to share one of those experiences with you while I eat food from McDonald's. Let's unpack and see what we got. For this meal, I ordered from the limited time only Buffalo Ranch menu. So right here I have the Bacon Buffalo Ranch Deluxe Crispy Large Meal, and it came with the Southern style fried chicken fillet, crispy bacon, shredded lettuce, and Roma tomatoes on a toasted potato roll. I added pickles as well as ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise since they were free. Then I got the large fries and a large unsweetened tea with 20 Splenda as my drink. And then I was going to get the Buffalo Ranch snack wrap, but instead I decided to go with a spicy snack wrap and just add the buffalo sauce, which is right here. I asked them for 2 free ones, they gave me 1. And luckily the lady that brought the food out to me had one on her tray, so I asked for that one also. And because I'm a sucker for anything free, they were giving out free medium fries with a $2 order. And so my order came out to $16.94. So I took this $3.99 medium fries for free. All right, let's start. Have a good meal. I forgot. I got 2 hot mustard, 2 Buffalo Ranch, a sweet and sour, and a tangy barbecue. I just recently started eating sweet and sour again. I gave it up for a while because I found out that they use apricots as their sweetener. But I figure if I've been eating it for years, then what does it matter now, right? Oh, what a mess. I just realized I probably shouldn't have put all this sauce in because now I don't really taste it for what it is. That is a very tasty sandwich. Just realized they didn't give me any Monopoly game pieces. Let's try this spicy snack wrap. Extra spicy sauce. Light on the cheese. And looking at the ingredients, it seemed like the only thing that made this the Buffalo Ranch snack wrap was the buffalo sauce. I got the spicy sauce. Let's put in the buffalo. Oh, look how saucy this is. Crazy, crazy. I'm not sure what makes the spicy wrap spicy. I think it's the spicy sauce, but it could also be the coating on the chicken. All right, I'm ready to give my rating. I would actually give both of these a solid 3. I mean, I'm not a big chicken fan from McDonald's, but this one's actually pretty good. The only thing is, like I said, I don't know if it's just because of the buffalo sauce or it's because I added all this other condiments in. Would I buy it again? Maybe if I was there. I was looking to buy a hamburger, I'd probably get this instead. The wrap, it's not too bad. At $3, I think it's a little overpriced. It's definitely a $1.99 snack wrap, not a $3 snack wrap. And of course, the fries are McDonald's fries. The fresher they are, the better quality they are. So it's best to eat them first. All right, that's my review, everyone. Stick around and hear my story of the day I almost lost everything. This morning, I woke up to two news stories in my Facebook feed. The first was about an accident on 101 in Santa Clara, the city I grew up in, and not too far from where I used to work at Great America. It said that fog was probably a contributing factor that caused a fatality. I will include a link to the story from NBC News Bay Area in the comments below. The second one was about a horrific head-on collision that occurred in San Jose. The video that I saw showed a person sitting in their car with their dash cam on. Then you see the car driven by the victim going down the street at normal speeds. Then a few seconds later, you see two vehicles flying in from both sides of the camera vehicle. It looked like a scene out of an action movie. I went to the comment section to see if I can find out more information about it, because I don't usually like to click on the links in those videos. And based on what people were saying, the white SUV was speeding down a residential area and went head-on to the vehicle driven by a 74-year-old grandmother. People in the comments were saying that she was on her way to the bank to pick up money for her grandchildren. I will link to that news story also in the comments section. Both the grandmother and the driver of the SUV died from that accident. Police suspect that the driver of the SUV was drinking alcohol. The thing is, in California, suspects are protected more than victims, so they won't identify the driver of the SUV, even though it's obvious that he was the one that killed the grandmother, because he was speeding down a residential area and then switching into the grandmother's lane, trying to pass another vehicle. There's no more chicken in this, just basically sauce. Oh, maybe I'll make it a potato wrap. So now you have the backstory of why I chose this topic today. It's actually a topic that I'm very ashamed of. The date was September 25th, 2022. And the reason I remember this date is because it was my nephew's baptism. After the baptism, we had lunch at an all-you-can-eat Japanese buffet. The only reason I'm telling you that is to set up a justification for what happened. But really, I should not be making an excuse for what happened. can't let the insides go to waste. The moment we left the parking lot of the restaurant, one by one, my daughters and wife started falling asleep. When we got to about 20 miles from home, my eyes were getting sensitive to the light, so I put on my sunglasses, which is something I typically don't do. Well, about 7 miles out, I can remember my wife screaming, "Wake up." And as I opened my eyes, I saw that I was on the wrong side of the road, driving into oncoming traffic in a big, dark-colored truck. I quickly swerved back to the right lane with my heart beating out of my chest. And I remember looking at the rearview mirror to see if they were going to pull over or not. Because if they did, I wanted to pull over also to apologize to them for what happened. But they didn't. They just kept going. And in fact, no one around us even honked or anything to let me know that I went into the wrong lane. So somehow my wife just happened to wake up at the right moment to save all our lives. I don't think I can eat all the fries. They're not as hot and crispy as they used to be. And I wasn't planning on eating 2 fries anyway, so you know what? I really believe God spared us that day. If I would have opened my eyes just a split second later, if the car didn't respond as quickly, I wouldn't be here telling you this story today. Imagine if I survived and my family or the innocent driver on the other side would have passed away. That would have been even worse. I was basically in shock for the rest of that day. But then my shock turned into anger. Anger at myself for falling asleep. Whenever I drive that stretch of road now, I recall what happened in my mind, and I can still feel my heart racing and the fear from that day. Since then, when I go on road trips, I usually bring something to sip on, as well as chew caffeine gum, even if I don't feel like I'm sleepy. Sometimes I'll get home and I'll be so wired I can't even sleep. But you know what? At least I got home safe. And that's what really matters. Not for myself, but for my passengers and for the innocent people who are just trying to get to their destination and ultimately to get home. Being a sleepy driver is just as bad as being an intoxicated driver. Those are the choices that we make. And by doing so, we put the public at risk. Sorry if today's topic is a little dark. In my next video, I'll try to make it more lighthearted. At least I think I will. Be safe out there. Thanks for spending time with me today. I hope you enjoyed your meal as much as I enjoyed mine. I really appreciate you. Go out and make it a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye now.